Does he have confidence in the Minister for State-Owned Enterprises?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, yes.
Supplementary question?
Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Winston.
How on earth can he have confidence in this Minister when just last night the ferry Aotearoa had one more event in a disastrous line of events, big ears, and lost a shaft and a propeller, putting the lives of people on board at risk?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, firstly, the matter is an operational matter for KiwiRail. We actually don't know what happened, but there is an inquiry that will be now undertaken by Transport Accident Investigation Commission, but I am advised that there was no risk to passengers or crew.
Supplementary question, Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Is the Prime Minister aware that the Aotearoa stabilisers don't work properly, that the radar has in the past failed, that the ship flexes in rough seas, in fact it now porpoises through the water, that the cargo doors don't close properly, and that even the toilets don't often work?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no, I'm not aware of those matters. I am aware that around $45 million was invested in extending the Aotearoa in 2011 to increase its capacity in order to facilitate the movement of freight. And as I said, I'm advised there was no risk to passengers or crew last night.
Supplementary question, Right Honourable Winston Peters.
When is the Prime Minister going to become informed about what his ministers are not doing, and that in fact more than $50 million was spent on extending the ship so that it could carry more freight, and yet the problems are so great that it can't carry any more freight now than it did originally?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I think the member is making a great many statements which may well in the course of time be proved to be not correct. I am aware that the CE of KiwiRail has given the Minister his assurance as to the maintenance of the ferries and the priority of passenger safety.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Right Honourable Winston Peters.
When will the Prime Minister become informed about what his ministers and the head of rail are not doing? No, I'm putting a complaint to you because you're the Minister.
Order.
You should know what you're doing in this Cabinet.
Order.
Not just
Order.
bluffing every...
Order. Order. The member cannot bring me into this debate. So the member now will ask his question.
Order.
Point of order.
I am trying to ask my question. Your job is to stop that turkey...
Order. Order. I know very well what my job is. Now I will give the Right Honourable gentleman one more chance to ask a supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.
Order.
At what stage?
Order.
At what stage?
At what stage? Would the member please?
Yeah, now what stage will they shut up?
If the member wants to ask his question, I invite him to do so. I will not give him another opportunity.
I wish to do that. I wish to be heard. At what stage will the Prime Minister recognise a threat to public safety and shipping created by the Aotearoa and numerous incidents, and fire his minister in charge, fire those responsible at the head of KiwiRail, and call in experts to sort out this now $132 million lemon once and for all?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, Mr Speaker, as I said at the start of this question from the member, we are unsure about exactly what happened, but there's a full inquiry, and in the fullness of time that inquiry will be made public. The member is making a lot of statements which I'm pretty sure in the fullness of time actually won't be supported as being accurate. And I say to this member, if he thinks that the Minister of State-Owned Enterprises should resign because a propeller came off the ferry, then maybe he should resign as the leader of New Zealand First when he lost a man overboard himself.
Order. 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 Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston.
Mr Speaker, the unparliamentary nature of that comment would have been very obvious, but the response is we don't prop up crooks like he does.
Order. I've heard enough. The member asked a fairly provocative question. He got a fairly provocative answer.